It's November, people. I really need to stop saying people because I don't know, it just doesn't seem like my personality type to say people. Like, it doesn't fit my character. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of November, what happens in November? I'm American, so I only know that Thanksgiving happens here in America and apparently in Canada too. What I'm trying to say is what happens in November revolves around family and food and family tensions. And so the theme of today's video is I'm going to be reading out loud some really cringy family stories that happen either in November or in Thanksgiving, or let's go ahead and get started. Alright then folks, we have story number 1. It's from this Reddit thread called Am I the Asshole? And this particular thread on Reddit is my entire life. I love it so much because people share their stories and then they ask for your opinions on whether they are the asshole. The first story we have is called Am I the Asshole for refusing to go to Thanksgiving dinner if it means that I have to have a chaperone when I am there? Spoiler alert. The overall verdict from the Reddit community is that there are no assholes here, which is a good thing, right? I, a 27-year-old male, got out of rehab for opioids a month ago. I've been crashing with a friend while I've been trying to get back on my feet. Thanksgiving dinner is tomorrow night with a bunch of family and I've been invited, with the caveat that my older brother will be my chaperone for the night and will follow me around to make sure that I'm not getting into trouble or ruining the night. I told them this morning that if they were going to treat me like I wasn't able to be trusted and embarrass me like this, then I wasn't going to attend. My brother told me that I was hurting my parents and that this is the price I had to pay for being fresh post rehab. I told him fine, but I wouldn't be attending. He told me that he loved me, but I was making a mistake and hung up. Am I the asshole for refusing to attend? What do you guys think? Personally, I feel like everyone is in the clear here because yes, he doesn't want to feel like he's being chaperoned because he's obviously out of rehab because he's doing well. But at the same time, I can understand that some of the trust of the family members are like kind of broken right now. So I want to see what the edit has to say, and I also want to see some of the comments. All right, so for the edit, he said, yes, I stole from my family once and I got high at my grandmother's funeral. I regret both of these things more than I can ever express. Also, I can't believe I have to type this, but my post isn't fake because I'm talking about having Thanksgiving in October. I'm Canadian. We have it in October. This is the cost of being an American. You don't know anything about any other countries. I want to see what some of the comments have to say. So the first comment says, not the asshole. They put a condition on the invite, which is their right. You refused, which is your right. Given you are fresh out of rehab, you need to expect that you will need to rebuild trust. But it is still your right to keep yourself from situations that you are not comfortable with. Well said. Everyone loses here, but no one has to be an asshole. I agree with this. So, overall vote, no one is the asshole here. Seems like although they might not be able to spend this Thanksgiving together, I anticipate that in the future, if all goes well, that they'll soon have a reunion with everyone there. And I love happy stories. All right, great first story, everyone. Let's go ahead and move on to the next story. This one is called My Brother is Bringing His Pregnant Mistress to Thanksgiving Dinner on Monday. For those of you who are curious why they're having Thanksgiving on a Monday as opposed to on a Thursday, the American Thanksgiving is always on a Thursday. This person is a Canadian writer, and so I am Canadian, not American. Please stop messaging me and calling me an idiot for having Thanksgiving on the wrong day. Thank you. One of my goals for 2023 is to be a little bit more cognizant of like other people's and other countries like customs and stuff, because I did not know that Thanksgiving happened in Canada. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So my brother had an affair which caused my sister-in-law to move out of the house and leave him. His mistress was already moved in because she was pregnant. My parents are hosting Thanksgiving dinner this year and they have invited my brother along with his mistress. The mistress is half my brother's age and a year younger than my niece. My brother is 46, my niece or his daughter is 24, and the mistress is 23. Yikes. My niece backed out of attending because the mistress is coming. I'm seriously considering volunteering to work because it's going to be so awkward and uncomfortable. First of all, can we just talk about how easy it is to forgive men who have cheated on their spouses? It's like weird at this point that like if you're a man, you've always had a pass for cheating. That shouldn't be the case because women get crucified for having affairs. Anyways, I want to hear what some of the comments have to say. Personally, if this was my situation, I would also just go to work because I'm just like, I don't want to have to deal with this. Plus, I'm gonna be making money. So like, no thank you. But I want to see what some of the comments have to say. That's much better than finding out on Thanksgiving like I did when my husband's other wife called me to let me know that not only was she married to my husband, but was pregnant as well. I'm telling you, the audacity of some guys out there. I was pregnant too. It was like a telenovela. Save yourself and go to work. I was married to him first. In response to this comment, my mom told me that my dad, dead since I was 2, would bring my old clothes to the province where he was working. Keep in mind that we were poor as fuck and those clothes weren't worth much. Before that, there was a situation where my mom realized he was cheating. He left his phone at home because he was drinking outside. A woman texted him that she was pregnant and that they should meet in another town near the province where he worked. My mom saw the text. He also has 2 much older kids that are around the same age with different mothers. And people wonder why I joke about his dead ass. Damn. Seriously, I don't know why people cheat. Well, actually I know why people cheat, because then they're terrible people. But I feel like cheating is one of the most hurtful things that you could do to a partnership. Therefore, I hate it. One final comment about this terrible situation. I had an uncle that broke the news that he was leaving his wife and 2 teenage daughters on Christmas Eve. He actually stopped their dinner to make a speech, and he said that he was really happy to be with them and needed to share some news. Then proceeded to calmly explain he had another woman and was leaving in the morning, but was very happy to share one last meal with the loves of his life. What the fuck? He actually thought they were going to be supportive and calm about the news, but of course that wasn't the case. I remember being home with my family and my aunt called crying a lot, very desperate, etc. Funny thing is, a few months later, the relationship with the other woman ended, and to this day, he still begs my aunt to come back to him. The situation happened 15 years ago. Alright, this next story is pretty long. It's actually a part of the thread Am I the Asshole? I love that thread. And it's titled, Would I Be the Asshole If I Don't Put Away My Toys Before My Niece Comes for Thanksgiving? Ooh. Alright, let's hear it. A little background, I am a 40-year-old female who comes from a decent-sized family, 4 of us in total. My husband, a 37-year-old male, and I have been married 5 years and have no kids despite trying. To give my parents a break, we offered to host Thanksgiving at our place this year. All things told, we are looking at about 16 people. I collect Lego architecture stuff, and it's displayed around the house as decor. My oldest sister has 4 kids. One doesn't associate with the family. She will be bringing her son, a 28-year-old male, and 2 daughters, 12 and 8. My 8-year-old niece has a very rare condition which includes seizures and autistic tendencies. While I know she has special needs, she is a very bright and creative child. Good for you, sis. But because of her complications, they tend to indulge her or cater her to keep her happy. Today, my sister informed me that if I have any toys my niece can't play with, I should put them away. Not actually asked, more told, because she doesn't want to fight with my niece. My husband thinks it's ridiculous and my sister should just parent her child for a change. I admit my sister often thinks the rest of the family should watch her kids at family events. We put away my decorative dolls, but the Lego is a large part of my decor and I would like to show it off. Would I be the asshole if I refuse to put away my toys and simply ask my sister to mind her kids? I feel like the person who wrote this post is not that considerate, and I would not want this person to be my sister. Because if I have a child who has a rare condition that she can't control, of course I'm gonna ask my family to accommodate that. And I feel like my family would, of course, accommodate that. I understand that while this is her house and she is hosting Thanksgiving, no one said, gun to your head, you have to host Thanksgiving this year. It was supposed to be originally hosted by the grandparents, which I think they would have done a much better job in accommodating and understanding the situation. If she didn't want to host it, then don't host it. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be a host, then be a good host. If you're not gonna do it well, don't do it. And good hosts and hostesses are accommodating of their guests, because otherwise why would they invite them? Let's read what some of the comments have to say. I guess it depends on what you're going to do when something happens to those sets. I have 2 autistic kids and we don't go to very many family events for exactly these reasons. It's not actually very much of a family atmosphere for the parent who has to literally follow their child around constantly to make sure they don't touch stuff they're not supposed to or the like. It's cute that your husband thinks she should just parent her kid like she's not already. No amount of redirection works with some kids. So what? Should we just beat them into submission so they don't touch your stuff? Does he also think autistic kids are just brats who haven't been told no? Did your parents ask for the break or did you just offer to host? If they didn't ask, maybe you shouldn't. I assume as grandparents, their house is more adapted to their actual family and everyone would be more comfortable there. You say yourself at the end you just want to show it off, so does a huge and important family dinner come second behind your need to show off your decor? I guess I'm lucky in the sense that my side of our family actually goes around and puts away things they know will be a problem so that everyone's comfortable and functional, but my husband's side doesn't and they haven't seen our kids in 4 years. You do you though, as long as everyone can see your cool Legos. This commenter's verdict is that everyone is the asshole. You're the asshole, of course. Totally forgot that part. Here's another comment. 100% this. Literally, if you put any 8-year-old in a room with what looks like toys and told them they can't play with them, especially if it looks age appropriate, it's like dangling a carrot. Sure, some kids would eventually get it or understand it, but even so, your niece thinks or understands or processes in a different way. That's not her fault, and it's not poor parenting. A big misconception that I think adults need to realize is that these kids are not just making shit up to get away with things. Like, there are certain things that they cannot control and that they have to work with actively with either a parent or a doctor or with both. A lot of the times it's with multiple people to be able to live in society in a functional way. Continuing this comment, sister is trying to mitigate and you're being uncooperative. She's trying to stop a situation that's going to most likely be uncomfortable for everyone. Hovering, crying, fights, broken items, whatever it may be, and you're putting your own desires and wants ahead of that. You're not the asshole for wanting to keep out your decor or wanting it to not be messed with by kids, but you are the asshole for not showing a ton of empathy and for not offering up any alternative solutions, support, compromises, or deals to help after refusing hers. Your niece is used to an environment your sister controls, is used to the rules there. You have control now and different rules. It's a transition for any kid, but transitions often can set off symptoms for those who are neurodivergent. Our last little Reddit post of the day isn't even really a story. It's just a post from the thread called Unpopular Opinion, where people kind of just give their hot take on a subject that already has like a strong opinion held by society. Like, for example, pineapple deserves to be on pizza. Yeah, I want to read this post for you all to react. Traditional American Thanksgiving food is gross. Getting together with friends and family is awesome, but turkey and all the sides are gross. The thing most people like about the traditional fare is the nostalgia. This I strongly disagree with because I actually really like Thanksgiving food. Except for turkey. I'm more of a ham girl myself. I'm actually trying a new lipstick today that I got. It's NYX's Shine Loud formula in the color Magic Maker. Whoa. All right, anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna stop the video here because I kind of want to save my juicier Thanksgiving stories for later on this month. But if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.